Welcome back to another episode of Tonewise Productions. Today we're here with the Venuram Mateus Asato Signature. Alrighty, before we get started here, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps out the channel a bunch. So today we're here with the Venuram Janray, the Mateus Asato Signature Edition. The Janray is a low gain, overdrive and boost. Really clear high end, really dig it. We'll get right into it here from the beginning. This is my PRS Silver Sky going into my 2-Rock custom reverb out into the aux box into a closed back 412 cab. And the clean tone sounds like this. And then we've got this set for kind of a low drive. Boosting up the high end, cutting some of the lows. You can tell it's got a really nice crisp edge to it, cutting back some of the low end from the original. Clean tone really helps to liven things up a little bit. Little bit of gain on there to add a little bit of crispness on the top end and kind of compress everything down just the littlest amount. This pedal sounds fantastic. I've been having a bunch of fun with it, especially with single coils for this one, although we will look at humbuckers in a little bit. I'm loving the way this sounds with any kind of Strat style guitar. It's really clean. And you can hear that especially doing like chordal stuff with open strings. I mean, gorgeous. Same thing for any of those Hendrixy kind of fill things. Now we'll dial back the high end a little bit because it is a little bright. Sounds great in context though. And we'll bring the high end or the low end back up a little bit, kind of thicken this out a bit. So we've got volume, gain, the low end control, and the treble. So we'll bring the treble back down a bit, bring the bass back up, and we'll kind of round it out. Sounds killer. Let's bring the gain up a little bit, bring that high end down a little bit more, really get this thing cooking. And a little bit more gain, really get it cooking. And yeah, I mean, it's killer. Sounds great. Doesn't get too gainy. It is on the low side of a drive, but the EQ is really, really nice. Really brightens up the sound and makes things a lot fuller and crisper. And I mean, it's a great sounding pedal. There is a pot on the top here that you can actually access as a gain trimmer, and we can bring some more gain in, but we're not going to mess with that too much for now. This was a loan from a friend. I don't want to go messing the internal pots out too much. But that is an option if you want to get a little more drive or a little less drive on either end. All right, let's take a look at this with some humbuckers now, and then we'll go into a dirty amp and maybe into more of a Marshall style amp after that. We'll see what time allows. Alrighty, and we're back with humbuckers now, and we are going to look at this on the gainier side and then step it back down the other way this time, working from the high gain to the low gain side. Same signal chain, only thing that's changed is now I've got my special custom semi-hollow with the humbuckers. So just a reminder, this is the clean sound. And you see it does clean up really, really well. Check that out again. Cool. All right, we'll bring the gain down a little bit. Bring the treble back up. Bring the bass down. Kind of do the same thing we did before. This is it with humbuckers. You see it brighter. Cut some of that low end out. Yeah, all right, now we'll take a look at it into a cooking amp. As the last thing we look into, we'll move to the Fender Bassman, which is gonna be running very hot. I'll show you the clean tone on that, and we'll see how this can help sculpt an already driven amp. Alrighty, and we are back again, this time with my Fender Bandmaster. Still going through the aux box into a 412 setup, but the Bandmaster is set hot. And I will show you how that sounds before we turn the pedal on. As you can see, already cooking, but we have a little bit of that low end that gets a little woofy, and I want to drive the front end more. So in this context, we're going to sculpt back the low end a little bit. The gain is already down on the pedal, and we're going to boost the front end of this amp even more to melt it down a bit more, really push the front end. And you'll see how it helps to sculpt the EQ a bit to shore up the amp and make it a bit firmer, while also giving us even more of that great overdrive that the amp is already providing. Still cleans up fantastic, and I love what the EQ does there to a gainy amp. So that's been a quick look at the Venuram January Mateus Asato signature. And this has been Tone Wise Productions, and until next time, we'll see you out there.